I don't know if you saw the Diddy doc, but I've been watching the Diddy doc, so I'm very up on Diddy.
I watched the whole thing.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
He comes across poorly throughout. What you didn't realize is, see, most of these docs, this is what was so fascinating to me. Most of these docs, they're set up in a way where it goes, this was the rise of somebody, right? This is the rise of somebody doing things that are considered exceptional, right? And he didn't get there without tons of hard work and motivation and on the way up doing this. And then usually around episode 3 is where the twist comes. And it's like once they achieve all this power, then they become these scoundrels, these rotten, horrible human beings. But in this one, in 50 Cent's Diddy doc, he goes, no. This guy was a horrible person from the time he was a child.
Right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate, every step of the way, he was awful. He was awful to the people around him. You know, the first thing that made him famous was he put on this charity basketball event where everybody got trampled and a bunch of people died and he was ignoring them. And then after that, he just continued to be a horrible, horrible guy until they arrested this horrible, horrible person. And I was like, I mean, it was a lot. It was heavy. Like to the point, and a lot of it isn't even necessarily crimes. It's just like, yeah, he treated people horribly throughout. Even when they're talking about like how he would set up his record label. Because you remember like Diddy, the whole thing, Suge Knight said it. All up in the videos, all on the records. But he said, and I'm sure Troy, as a recording artist, this hit you right in your heart. They said that, you know, he would sign these like artists to advances at Bad Boy, except Diddy owned the studios that they would record out of. So he would charge them like $100,000 an hour to use the studios. Diddy would charge them for appearance fees whenever he was on a song. Diddy would charge them for appearance fees whenever he was in a video. And I can't imagine that the artists were going, you know what I'd love? Could you jump on this song and jump in the video? And Diddy was like, normally I wouldn't, but I guess if you pay a talent fee, I'll do it. I don't think that that's the way it went down, probably.
I mean, not only do those poor people sign like terrible, terrible contracts.
Right.
But then there's a chance that Diddy's going to drug you and fuck you.
And then that too.
And that's not in the deal.
And then you go even further.
I mean, it's just a bad deal across the board.
Across the board. You're not going to make any money and you're going to be destroyed as a human being. And there's going to be crimes.
I don't know if you saw it. There was one of the girls from one of those bands, and she was like, she had like a 24-page contract or some like huge contract, and they were basically like, she said you have to sign it by tomorrow, and she gave it to her lawyer, and her lawyer's basically like, look, you own nothing.
I believe that was Brooklyn Babs that said that. She said it was instead of being, this is a contract not for fame and fortune, just fame.
Yeah. No
fortune. And she was like, okay, because what are you going to do? Like, you're literally getting picked out to be on a reality show. Yeah. And that's where they go. They go, you're going to be the star. You get to be on the reality show. Now sign this right now. Or you don't get to, or this whole world that we've created in your head, none of it happens. Yeah. You really want to go back to your regular life? You're about to be famous on MTV. Oh, all right, I guess I'll sign it.
And you think it's going to hopefully pivot into something else.
Right, like you're like, okay, maybe this deal won't be great, but then the next deal, or I'll be famous from this, or I'll be able to. No.
It's like, no, he owns for everything.
Everything. No, forever.
Till you're dead.
Right. All right. Like when lawyers are like laughing, going, this is an insane contract to sign, but you go,
what's my choice?
I'm not giving it up, but I think a lot of people can sympathize with that. I think a lot of people would do that.
Yeah.
Especially when you're just like, there's not like there's any other options. No. It's not like you're sitting there going like, well, I have a few choices. There's no leverage at all. And then, bro, like, I grew up my whole life, my entire life. This is what people don't understand. Years. Suge Knight was the bad guy. For years, it was like, that's Suge Knight. Like, people said that Suge Knight organized the Tupac shooting, even though Suge Knight was in the car when Tupac got shot. Remember, they would say that. Oh, yeah. It's like, was he that confident he was sitting in the driver's seat? They were like, yes, he was. And like, I don't know, things have changed so much. Where now in this doc, they're basically like, Suge Knight didn't do anything. Diddy did both of them.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
And you're like, what? Because Diddy really was like this whole thing that they set up for him where he created this image where, and I mean, this doc, they said Biggie and Diddy weren't even best friends. And I thought they were best friends. I lived my whole life going, that guy's best friend died. He was murdered. That poor guy. It's hard for him with Biggie not around, even though he knows he's in heaven smiling down. And then, I mean, but the way they set it up in this doc, it's like one of the most like memorable television moments for music ever. When Diddy comes out in his white suit and he's doing his like, tap dancing, and it's his first real like big solo musical effort. And Sting is there actually singing the hook on it. It's amazing. Amazing. And it's all positive. It's like, we miss Biggie too, Diddy. We're right there with you. But then they paint this picture of like, in the doc, 50 Cent and the director, they're like, they weren't even really close like that. Puff Daddy was very jealous that Biggie was friends with Tupac, very jealous. He threw the biggest funeral ever, but then he made his mom pay for it.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it was an expense for Bad Boy.
Right. They said that it was
He
how
expensed a funeral?
it recoup. So like, you get an advance, and then you get like a promise, like you'll make this much money, except the recoup costs come out of your money. So poor Violetta Wallace, big ups to Brooklyn, is sitting there. She is obviously entitled to the money that Biggie has coming, but the doc said that the money for Biggie's funeral came out of Biggie's portion that was going to go to his mom. And then he's still sitting there like...
And when you look at him dancing now like that, you're like... When you saw it, you're like, okay, like, whatever, he's Diddy. But now you're like, oh, what a prick.
Yeah. He's soulless. Like, just put, like, no matter what, putting on a show.
Like, Biggie's out of the way now. The spotlight's on me.
And then oh my God. And then they said this. They said, and they do it. It's so well produced as a doc.
Yes.
So well produced. Like, you are sold on this story. And of course, there are people coming out going like, there's some lies in this thing. And maybe. But it's a very well-produced movie where or docu-series where it is taking you step by step. It's like, this thing happens, then this thing happens. Then when you get to the third thing, you remember the first thing, and it's all connected. So they don't actually say it, but they set it up here, and then they go over here. That's how they, like, for the first time ever, when Suge Knight says all up in the songs, all up in the videos, you're like, oh my God, he was being a hero to these artists. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that perspective has never been shown in any form of media. That was always like the scary gangster guy that was trying to muscle artists away from Bad Boy. And they said, like, the old days, they would say, like, Suge Knight was the one that was, like, holding people hostage and dangling Vanilla Ice over a balcony, and he bailed out Tupac so then he could control Tupac and all this stuff.
Which is probably true.
Probably true.
I'm sure, and
not mentioned in the doc.
No. The rumors that Dr. Dre's contract was terrible with Death Row.
Probably right. That's not what the doc's about, though.
No, it's not.
The doc's not about that.
Maybe we'll get a Suge doc at some point.
But that's neither here nor there. That's not what this one's about.
And then, oh man, how crazy it was. Like, Biggie didn't want to go to LA. He's like, I do not want to go to LA.
Oh my God, they showed this thing, right? Literally, the day that Biggie got murdered. Biggie's like, I am scheduled to go to London. I don't want to be here. I want to go to London. And out of nowhere, Puff just goes, no, we're not going to London. And then he calls Bad Boy and says, cancel Biggie's flights. We're not going to London. Out of nowhere. And then, rest in peace, Biggie.
I mean, it's just like, dude.
Like, what am I even? And then they said it. They don't expressly say Diddy's responsible, but then they even say, even if he's not responsible, if anybody knew what really happened, it would trace Diddy back to Tupac. So either way, he had to completely bury this thing. I mean, it's a wild sort of doc from the beginning. I mean, where they set up like Suge Knight was trying to start like Death Row East, and Diddy didn't like that at all, like losing artists and everything. They get into the story where, remember when like Diddy was dating J-Lo, and then he had those gun charges. And they just showed this poor guy, this rapper, Shine, who hadn't even really gotten famous yet. But he was living in like one of Diddy's houses. Like he was a bad boy rapper. And they were just like, nope, it's all him. And they showed, it's not even like he's saying it now. They showed an interview with him from way back then. It's John Norris interviewing him from prison. And Shine is sitting there going like, I was watching my lawyers, my own lawyers, completely throwing my case. Like he's in jail saying this was not right what happened. Those are Puff's lawyers that were throwing it. But I don't know, maybe it's one of those things where guys like this, like, they just get so much power. Because usually it's the other way, right? It's like they're addicts, and then they start going for power. Maybe he gets so much power that he starts needing to, like, add in drugs, add in alcohol just to fill that thing.
No, there's never been an addict that like kind of goes, oh, like I'm good, I can stop here.
That's enough.
You know, Axl Rose says I used to do a little, but the little wasn't doing, so the little got more and more.
He should have put that in a song, dude.
You know what? Funny he did.
Oh, okay, good.
You know, it says it like you just do a little bit, you put your toes in the water, and then you want to go a little deeper.
Right.
You want to go a little deeper, and then you're hiring male prostitutes to have sex with your girlfriend for days at a time.
I mean,
that's insane.
Oh my God! And then they said they kept his bodily fluid in a jar.
Yeah, that was strange.
What?
Yeah.
And it's
Dave's?
They would collect his semen.
That's
the fluid.
We know someone who used to do that.
His own though.
Yeah, his own.
Yeah. No, yeah, they said they kept it in a jar.
What?
Yeah.
Like when Fez used to keep his fingernails?
No, but that's his own. You both of your examples are his own. It's like if Fez kept somebody else's fingernails.
That would be serial killery.
Yeah. Yes, it would. I mean, well, there's a lot.
What about keeping someone else's semen? I wouldn't be cool with that.
Here's the thing. Not only is that serial killery, but also maybe being attached to murders is pretty serial killery as well.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? There's a lot there.
I mean, that's just the icing on the cake.
Ew.
Ew.
That's so gross,
Don't
dude.
use that as icing.
I'm never going to Troy's birthday party.
Yeah, what the hell, dude?
Yuck.
Those cupcakes are not for me. Did they say why?
Yes, they did.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
I
mean-
mean, the other reason.
Well, because Dave asked,
What?
why you keep taking my stuff?
Oh,
You know,
I thought he asked him to keep it.
No.
I have some back.
Yeah, could you
May I please have this?
could you hold on to this for me? No, they said that Diddy would ask that his lady friend would, you know how like when you get like slime and you just kind of mess with it almost in an ASMR way.
Yeah, the kids used to love that.
Huh? Yep. Yep.
Where are you going?
I think I'm already
Finish
there.
the sentence.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, no, they said that even when Dave wasn't around, that Diddy would like, Dave's fluids to be tampered with by his lady friend and maybe
Yeah.
imbibed upon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we think Diddy also?
I mean, I don't know what Diddy's doing. Diddy's a wild guy. Or what? Well, he probably still is a wild guy. He just doesn't have as much opportunity to act upon it. But yeah, I mean, it really painted a very ugly picture of him. And I mean, listen, this thing, 50 Cent, clearly, I always thought he was meant to be a rapper. Clearly, he's meant to be a documentarian. Because I've never seen this before. This Diddy doc in multiple countries, including the best one. Mike, which is the best country?
America.
That's right. The Diddy doc is the #1 show on Netflix, and there's a new Stranger Things right now. Stranger Things got bumped to #2 because everybody's watching the Diddy doc because you can't believe it. It's not even like they even go into his like they start from when he's a child, and I'm like, I don't know if I need this much background. But within 5 minutes, you're like, this is fucked up. If 30% of what was said in that documentary is true, 30, you can't have a soul.
Oh wow, that's
30%.
it's not even half.
No, it's not even a third. A third is 33.3 repeating. I said 30. Not 3.3 repeating. 30% is true. There's no soul in that human being. There can't be. And not even for the like specifically illegal stuff, just for the regular scumbag stuff.
Yeah, like he's a shitty person.
Regardless.
Illegal stuff aside.
He's at 30%. he's one of the shittiest people ever.
Wasn't there something where like Biggie's contract? I don't know if they had something like he signed something, and then they changed some of the papers.
Oh yeah. That's what the guy from Bad Boy said. That first of all, that Biggie was up for renegotiation when tragedy struck, and that he said the guy who founded Bad Boy with Puff, that was
that poor guy.
Oh yeah, he was written right out of the founders agreement. Sorry, buddy. He said that he was asked. That's when he said he was removed from Bad Boy, right? That he was asked to edit the middle pages of the contract so that the first, like all the initialed pages and the signed page would still remain intact. But then it's in like a binder, and you go into the middle of it, and you change some things in the middle that are more beneficial to the company, which is insane.
Yeah.
And he said he wouldn't do it. And then he said, not terribly long after that, he was his services were no longer required at Bad Boy.
And then how about services no longer required?
Yeah.
Diddy's personal assistant, Cassie asked, can Kid Cudi come hiking with us?
I mean, by the way, they didn't even mention that he blew up Kid Cudi's car.
I know. I was waiting for that. I can't believe it.
Can you, that's how much stuff they had. They were like, let's cut the part where he blows up Kid Cudi's car.
But he told the assistant, okay, get in the car. We're going to go kill Kid Cudi.
Right. He had a gun, and the assistant says that he told her, get in the car right now. We're going to go kill Kid Cudi. Which is like...
That's nuts.
I know.
And then she didn't want to, and so then she got fired for not going and killing Kid Cudi.
Well...
Oh, my God.
Let that be a lesson, though.
I want to go kill somebody. You come with me.
Like, you're my assistant.
Yeah. This is what assistants do.
This is what yeah.
Prepare our food and come with to kill people.
Farnsworth would have done it, and no real there was one picture of him. No match. Farnsworth Bentley ended up kind of in the clear on this one.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him, but he did the smartest thing ever of just figuring out where's the quietest place on planet Earth, and I'm just going to move there and live there forever.
He's probably fearing for his life.
100%. I'm not getting involved in any of this.
I've never seen someone hide so well.
It's amazing. It's incredible.
I mean, all these people are sweating too, man. When he gets out, they're saying Diddy doesn't forget.
I know that's what he said too. Diddy remembers everything.
Biggie's estate, by the way, denies the funeral accusations that it was charged back to them.
Biggie's estate denies it.
Yeah, they said everything was handled the way it should have been handled.
That's good.
And they denied claims over about tensions over contract renegotiations.
That's good.
They said the rapper had already repaid the record label and had turned a profit. His contract at the time was sound and needed no negotiation. But maybe they've got some deal.
Yeah,
who knows?
You know?
Who knows? Although, wouldn't it be great if 50 Cent gets sued into oblivion for lying about everything?
That'd be terrible.
That'd be great. If you found out that 50 was just lying about everything. Wouldn't that be great?
Well, who was saying that? Did he have people saying that, or?
Well, there were people that were connected to Bad Boy saying it. But
right,
I mean,
so 50's in the clear.
Yeah, I guess if it's somebody's word, I mean, it's why? And they put the disclaimer that
No, but you do have a responsibility as the producer of the doc to do background checks on this stuff. You'd be able to sue the person that said. I believe you'd be able to sue the person that said it and the producers, and they would probably try to go after Netflix as well. Which I would imagine that Netflix is probably got pretty good lawyers.
I would imagine so.
They're probably pretty well protected from stuff like that.
Yeah, they bought Hollywood.
Yeah. When you're that high up, and also, I mean, a huge part of your business is putting a new documentary on every week and a half. I would imagine that they're protected from, people saying things. But that's not to say that the producers of the doc are as protected. You know what I'm saying?
I am sure if they're putting these allegations out there, everything is covered.
It better be. I hope so, because this is a wild, wild program. And there's a lot in there.
Yeah.
Every episode is jam-packed.
And it flies by, too.
It does. I mean, it feels like in the old days, they could have stretched this to 10 episodes if they wanted to. It would have been stretched. It wouldn't have been as good.
It was the right amount.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was 4 packed episodes. It was almost concentrate. You could add a little water in there, get a fifth out of it.
There might be.
A follow-up.
Story's not over.